Exorcist: The Beginning is a really good film. Not sure why it took me this long to get around to watching it, because I really enjoyed the previous film, and usually when I'm enjoying films in a particular series, I'm going to watch them all as quickly as possible. However, for whatever reason, I think the fact that I had to buy the DVD, it took me a little bit longer to get around to it, and it was worth the wait. This was released in 2004. It's directed by Renny Harlin. It's written by Alexi Hawley, with a cast including Stellan Skarsgård, Izabella Scorupco, James Darcy, and various others. And this actually serves as a prequel to the 1973 Exorcist. It is the fourth Exorcist film in the series, and I rather enjoyed it. It wasn't tremendously scary, and I did watch it looking for a good scary horror, but everything about it was so great, and there are a few scary moments, that I didn't mind that it wasn't the terrifying experience I hoped it would be. Father Merrin joins an archaeological dig in Kenya in the 1940s, and a church is excavated, and with it, a curse comes along. There is some potential danger, and I'll say no more than that. It's a very well written narrative. It sounded like a good idea, really great start, and from there it was a solid story. I really enjoyed the narrative. I think the pacing was great. Definitely a very well executed narrative. It's very atmospheric as well, I will say. It's not that scary. Maybe if you're not a fan of horror, you might find bits a little bit more scary, but even though it's not terrifying, it does have a really strong, quite eerie atmosphere pretty much throughout the film, and that works so well. We have some really great set designs, some really great camera work and lighting. Visually, it's a very fun film to look at. It is very well done. The characters are well written, the performances are great, and I enjoyed following the journey through the various characters' perspectives, primarily, of course, Father Merrin. We also have a really great use of sound and music. It's great to look at, it's great to listen to, but as I said, is it that scary? I'd say it's borderline. It's not that it's not a horror, but it's not overly scary. And there are a few grotesque moments that were quite powerful, a few jumpy bits, and as I said, definitely very atmospheric, but the solid horror elements are maybe a bit more few and far between. Plenty of time in between them for the heart rate to calm down. Definitely a strong, eerie film, though, with a solid narrative and visual beauty. And as I said, the music and sound are fantastic as well. Great use of sound effects, really great music to add to the atmosphere. So I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It maybe wasn't the very scary experience I was hoping for, but everything else about it was very well done. And if you're a fan of The Exorcist in general, I'd say definitely check it out. It does feel a little bit different to The Exorcist films in terms of the horror elements and things. So even if you don't like The Exorcist films that have come before this, but you do like the sound of the story, absolutely give it a go. I think you'll still enjoy bits of it. Hopefully you'll enjoy bits of it. And as I said, it took me longer than it should have done to get around to watching this one. And I'm pleased to say it was absolutely worth the wait. I thought Exorcist: The Beginning was a really decent film.